Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, we will again be talking about Andrew Tate. Let's get right into it. You may be asking, why am I making another video on Andrew Tate? The reason I am making a part 2 is because the Dark Truth video I released on Andrew yesterday showed me that his manipulation over his followers is worse than I thought. Even though for the most part, most of the people subscribed to this channel agreed with me that Andrew Tate appears to be a scammer, scamming his fans to live the high life. He also dreams of making his own Illuminati group that is just like the Freemasons but better. Even with Andrew basically exposing himself, there were still a few who couldn't believe this. A small group of men who sadly can't see the truth about Andrew Tate argued against logic in order to protect what Andrew means to them. I care about all of God's souls, and I don't want Andrew guiding people down the wrong path, so I am making a second video going even deeper into what Andrew is actually preaching to his supporters. The first thing we need to talk about is Andrew Tate preaching about freeing people from the Matrix. Many people in the comment section in the last video stated that Andrew is freeing people from the Matrix by teaching them how to be rich. He states out of his own mouth that he is Morpheus and he comes to guide you out of the Matrix.
And I am Morpheus. We are living inside of the Matrix, and I am Morpheus.
Andrew also states that he has a 3-step plan for freeing people from the Matrix. Let's hear his 3-step plan. Let us go through each step and see how it's going to free us from the Matrix.
So I've come up with a 3-step plan. 3-step plan to resistance that will not land your ass in jail. So point 1, you need to become obsessed with wealth. I can't explain how many times during this episode of human history I have managed to skirt the rules purely because I have huge sums of money. When you have a lot of money, you then get a lot of influence over others. With influence over others, you can begin to skirt some of the rules. So the first thing is you need to become obsessed with wealth creation. I want everyone here to understand something. I'm not a philanthropist. I don't really care about making you people rich.
And
I certainly don't need your money. So if you think that I run Hustlers University or the War Room or these networks for money, you're absolutely mistaken. I have enough money to live for the rest of my life.
As you heard for yourself, his first step is telling his people to obsess over wealth. He is telling you to obsess over making money to become free. This is the complete opposite of what freeing yourself from the Matrix is. The Matrix is really the society the Masons created of money-hungry people. In our world, money is God. People worship money over anything else. People already as it is are obsessing over wealth, with or without Andrew having to tell them to. The system the Masons created relies on people to blindly pursue money at any cost. This allows the Masons to create people whose morals are moldable. It created people that are willing to do anything for money. Money that the Freemasons created long ago to enslave. Money that bears their symbol. Andrew literally is telling you in order to free yourself from the Matrix, you need to further trap yourself in it. He is telling you to obsess over making money, which is the opposite of freeing yourself from materialism, which is the true problem. Most people want way more than they need because they believe that once they have it all, they would finally be happy. We all know once you play that game, there's never enough money. You would always want more and more, and you would never truly be happy because of how much money you have. Obsessing over wealth is what leads most of these artists I cover on this channel to sell their soul, selling themselves to be slaves to the Masonic order. He also is telling people that money allows you to be corrupt and break the rules. He explains that you need money so you can be allowed to break the rules so that you can do whatever the corrupt people do as well. In this logic, you're beating the Matrix by being corrupt like those who are enforcing it. He also talks about not caring about making people rich and not needing their money. This is him contradicting himself. He said moments before that step 1 is obsessing over money, then tells you he doesn't need more money. He is not doing what he does for money. This is a lie. Obviously, he is selling his course for money because he wants more money. He isn't gifting his course to people because he wants them to be free. He is selling it because he wants $50 a month from each person he can convince. He talks about having enough money for the rest of his life. This is again nonsense. He is living a very expensive lifestyle. According to him, he has a boatload of exotic cars, mansions and yachts, everything and anything, but then wants you to believe that the way he is spending, if he were to stop making money today, he could still sustain that lifestyle and remain rich. That's just nonsense. He needs a very large income in order to continue to live his lavish baller lifestyle. Let's hear Andrew's next step of freeing people from the Matrix.
Stage 2. You need a network. If I gave you $20 million, but you're a little dork in mom's bedroom, you can't do much with it. That's gonna damage the matrix. You don't know anybody important. You don't have the pizzazz or the finesse or the charisma to bribe an official. No way. Never in a million years. You can't famoose like Tate can famoose. You don't have the vibe. You certainly don't know important people in powerful places that are going to be able to help you, whether for money or purely just because they like you. So you need to improve your network. Once again, this is what the War Room's for. The War Room is a network. This is why it exists. It exists so you can have access to powerful people which you're never going to have access to in the normal, everyday world. So first, you become obsessed with making money. Secondly, you become obsessed with making powerful friends, a powerful network of like-minded individuals. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to state this again. I'm trying to make people rich, and I'm trying to make people think the same way I think. So that we can all work together to try our very best to resist the global enslavement of humankind.
As you heard for yourself, his stage 2 is making people join a network, a group of important people who can influence and make things happen for you. Wait, sort of like the Freemasons, who are a group of men with power who network and help each other.
Imagine the Freemasons, but cooler. War Room is my own secret society.
What's that?
It's a secret society.
Like Illuminati type?
Correct. So I'm not associated with the Illuminati or Freemasons because I'm associated with a group called the War Room, our group. And the War Room is basically very similar in many ways.
Andrew's telling you that step 2 into freeing yourself from the matrix is joining his organization of powerful people who all gave him $5,000. This is in no way going to free people from the matrix. It sounds like he just wants to build his own cult so he can have more influence over people. In this step, he states something very important that proves he is trying to manipulate and influence his followers. He states he is trying to make people rich and trying to make people think the same way he does, openly telling people he is trying to manipulate and influence them. Let's hear his third step in freeing you from the matrix.
The third thing you must do, and this is extremely important, you must stop blind compliance.
As you heard for yourself, he states that you must stop blind compliance. He is telling you all this while telling you to blindly follow him and give him your money, again contradicting himself left and right. He then mentions to be defiant to everyday rules that only affect everyday people. This is not going to free anyone from the matrix. Andrew is trapping people further into the matrix, all while making himself richer and richer. The next thing we need to talk about is regarding him bringing back masculine men. Many of you commented that he is the alpha male who is restoring balance of men and women. This is what makes me worried about our world. Andrew, out of his own mouth, has called women property of men. How is this in any way going to restore the balance between men and women if he's teaching men to disrespect women instead of proving that they're good men?
Think that women are property. And
Sure. So I think my sister is her husband's property, yes. When a bride is walking down the aisle, marry the groom, the father walks next to her and gives her away. True or false?
that's something that happens, yes.
You see, you're giving her away, correct?
Yes.
Does that not sound at least in some way similar to property at some degree?
Some form of ownership, yes.
Form of ownership. As long as I kept all the money. If I had a girl who said I want to do OnlyFans, I'm like, cool, go for it. Let me know how much money we made.
You're keeping all of it though?
Yes, she's mine.
100%, you're keeping all profits.
She's my property, so she's selling my property. Like if we're gonna rent out my house.
As you heard for yourself, he states that when a woman gets in a relationship with a man, she becomes his property. This is the most degrading and nonsensical statement I have heard a person say about a woman. Can you imagine your father telling your mother that she is his property and she has no rights? Or your daughter, for those who have a daughter, imagine her man telling your daughter that she's his property. You really think God created women to be property? He also states that women and men are not equal on many occasions. Even though I understand some of his points when it comes to his ideas on gender roles, but the way he is saying it and what he is saying is all wrong. I myself believe that men can do some things better than women, just like women can do some things better than men. God created us this way so we can balance each other out. Neither one is more important. In order to have a healthy relationship, you need to be able to depend on each other in order to balance each other out. Just because most women aren't physically stronger than most men doesn't mean they're not equal. I am not going to deny that there's an obvious agenda to blur the natural gender roles created by God. But being a man like Andrew Tate isn't at all going to fix this. Being a man doesn't mean you have multiple women, riches, and you can fight. Being a real man means you take care of your responsibilities and take care of your loved ones. It means you respect yourself not to let women walk all over you, but you also respect women not to disrespect them. Andrew Tate is not going to help you become a better man. He is going to guide you to become a shallow man, one who chases meaningless relationships and thinks being rich is the answer to life. You don't need a Bugatti to be a real man. That's just nonsense. The next thing we need to talk about is his thoughts on Christianity. Andrew Tate, out of his own mouth, has called Christianity a joke.
I think Christianity is a joke. I think it's a joke of a religion. I think Christianity is a joke. I think it's a joke of a religion. If someone were to ask me my religion, I would have to say, if I was to find God, it would have to be via Islam, because how am I?
He said it's a joke of a religion and proceeded to say if you were to find God, it would be through Islam. Now, I have no problem with a person who has a different religious preference. I respect anyone who is trying to find God. But I do have an issue with a man calling other religions a joke just because it doesn't suit his needs. All you have to do is open your eyes and you can see that Andrew is showing who he really is. Now let's talk about his Hustler University, which in my opinion is an obvious pyramid scheme. No, I did not buy his course, as number one, I don't feel comfortable giving Andrew Tate any of my details. I also don't want to give this guy any money. I'm not the only one who thinks it's a scam. A few others who have bought this course have come out to openly state it's a scam.
I bought Andrew Tate's course. Probably get started now because we have a lot of reading to do. And it is a little concerning that a course worth $50 a month only took 20 minutes to go through. I'm mainly disappointed with the lessons because they're way too broad. For example, this lesson is about making the best TikTok possible. The key points are you need good hooks and Bugatti effort equals Bugatti results. There's just so much detail missing in the lessons, such as how to make a good hook, how long it should be, and how to keep the audience's attention after the hook. And the few times that they did give good information was only when they were teaching you how to specifically market Andrew Tate. I came to a final verdict about this course. It's a pyramid scheme. So this is a pyramid, obviously, and we have Andrew Tate at the top, and below him are the people who buy the course who then refer people through affiliate marketing, and those referred get even more people to join. Kinda smart. As for the rest of the course, all the information can be found on YouTube for free and in a much more entertaining way.
No one is going to get rich off of it but Andrew. It's a scam to make money. He's a fast-talking con man who is great at manipulation, something he probably learned from his military CIA father. Andrew claims his father was in the CIA.
I'll tell you something about my father. Father was literally a spy for the CIA. I'll tell you something about my father. Father was literally a spy for the CIA.
Someone messaged me who was in, because my father was in the CIA. He held a CIA record for the fastest assimilation of a foreign language.
Because my father was in the CIA. He held.
I saw a few people actually trying to compare me to Andrew Tate because I have an online store and I offer a Patreon membership. This again truly just shows how manipulated Andrew has these people. The reason I launched the Truth Store is to raise money to get Truth Records off the ground. I made a Patreon for videos that are not allowed on YouTube. I am not telling people that they have to buy merch nor subscribe to my Patreon. I am simply asking them if they feel like helping with my record label because they like what it stands for, they can choose to help out and buy a product that they actually receive, or subscribe to my Patreon where they can actually watch videos not on YouTube. I am not telling people if they don't buy my stuff you're stupid, or if you don't support the Patreon you'll be stuck in the Matrix. I still post videos every other day that people can watch for free on YouTube. Andrew is literally telling his supporters that if they don't buy his course, they won't be free from the Matrix. He tells them that if they don't have enough money as him, they are broke and are worthless.
There's only one of three reasons you're poor. You're either lazy, you're arrogant, or you're stupid.
There's only one of three reasons you're poor. You're either lazy, you're arrogant, or you're stupid.
And when I say poor, what I basically mean is less money than me. Because I, Tate Worth, set the bar. I set the difference between rich and poor. My amount of money is the amount of money you need to be rich. If less money than me, even by a single cent, you're a fucking brokey, a wagey, a peon, a peasant, a nobody.
Fucking brokey, a wagey, a peon, a peasant, a nobody.
You are poor.
He tells his fans that if they don't own a Bugatti, they're broke.
Listen to me. Broke people, and if you don't have a Bugatti, you're broke. So I would say 100% of the people watching this, I consider you all poor. Yeah. Broke people are one of three things. You're either arrogant, lazy, or stupid.
How many of you that support him have a Bugatti? He is literally calling his own supporters broke peasants, all while they're giving them money that they actually worked for. Andrew Tate might say some things that sound nice at times, but most of his message is garbage and is literally going to further destroy the morals of men. If you think I am reaching or it's all cap, I understand. I'll be praying for you, as I have no malice with my message. All I truly want is to free you from the control the Masons have over you. I don't want you to give me anything. I don't even want fame. All I want is more people to see the truth and help others see it too. In my last video, I spoke about Andrew possibly being a Freemason. Some people called this reaching again, but he is telling you out of his own mouth that his war room is just like the Freemasons and the Illuminati, but better. He at no moment is telling people that the war room is opposing the Freemasons and the Illuminati. He is saying it's the same. Listen to what he's actually saying. In his organization, he even has a member named Iggy, who is the priest master of spells and shadows. It is no coincidence they need a man who casts spells for their cult, similar to the Freemasons. In my opinion, Andrew is a Mason, and so was his CIA agent father. This is why he is everywhere, because this is where the Masons want him. Andrew Tate is openly telling the world that he's recruiting people for his group so he can be able to influence them and control them, all by telling them that he is going to free them from the Matrix. I didn't make this video to hate on Andrew or because I dislike him. I honestly don't have any animosity towards him. All I want to do is help people see the truth. Andrew is rich, but he is not as rich as those who run our world. If Andrew was disrupting anything in the Mason system, he would be a goner long ago. Andrew is just a chess piece being used by the Masons to further manipulate and destroy. Andrew Tate has been a Masonic puppet since he was a kickboxer and then he was on Big Brother. He has been used to manipulate the masses for years, and now he's being rebranded and used for something far more sinister. Don't fall for his manipulation. Like I always say, we must remember to not allow these people to manipulate and confuse us. We must help those who can't see the truth find the truth. Well, that's it for this video. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truthfist store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make helps with the funding of Truth Records. The link to the Truthfist store is also in the description. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.